Hello everybody. This is Pip Coleman jumping in to do your new moon, new moon card reading for the month of September. And we are in the sign of Virgo. The new moon is in the sign of Virgo this month. So just to give you a bit of an idea, this month, the sign of Virgo in the zodiac is all about being really organized. Okay, so this sign is the one that counts beams and crosses T's and dots I's. So this is definitely the month to get yourself organized. And then on the other hand, this new moon is also triggering a Mars-Neptune opposition. So that means that the action planet of Mars is the trigger and Neptune is the planet of dreams and doziness. So there might be a little bit of pulling and pushing in the next few weeks. Hi, Mary. And so this is a really good time for you to declutter the house. And it makes perfect sense because we're moving into spring down here in Australia. In the Southern Hemisphere, it's springtime. So if you declutter the house, if you start doing that sort of clearing out type of work around your space, things are going to move in your favor very quickly. So move into that space. So Mary, this is the perfect time for you. If you're a Virgo, this is fantastic. And there's a little Virgo ritual. So before I get into the card reading, I just wanted to read you the Virgo ritual, which is from the Moonology Diary by Yasmin Boland. So she says, this new moon, treat yourself to a bunch of long-stemmed flowers and then place them in a circle around you on the floor. Sit and breathe deeply and call in Virgo's grounding energies. And then recite the following. And I'll type this in the comments for you so that you can see. I'm grounded to the earth and I draw energy up from her. I call on the energy of Virgo to keep me earthed, and so it is. You can gather up the flowers and put them in a vase afterwards. So that little Virgo ritual is something that you can add to your new moon ritual that you do tonight, because in Australia, well, technically it's like the new moon is at its newest, if that makes sense, at 10:51 this morning. So I wanted to do this card reading at as close as possible to when the actual new moon is. So I'll pop that new moon ritual, the words of that, into the comments shortly. So this new moon ritual and also the process of writing down your intentions and what it is that you really want to achieve in this month or for the rest of the year will help you to get motivated, Mary, because when we're not motivated, it means that we're not inspired by anything. So we need to get inspired so that we can feel like we can start taking steps forward. It's much easier to move into a space of action when you're inspired to do things. If you are not feeling motivated, it's usually because there's nothing that you feel inspired to do. So we need to start dreaming, which is why this is a really good time to dream, because of the Mars and Neptune thing that's happening at the moment. So do some dreaming, write down your intentions, and do that little Virgo ritual of staying earthed, but also getting excited about taking action, because Mars is in your favor at the moment in terms of moving us into action. So, and start with your decluttering, because it's amazing how things can shift when you start to clean up your space, because that's what spring cleaning is all about. It's about clearing your space and allowing for new stuff to come in. And as you're clearing out stuff, you can say, I clear my space and bring in the new. Letting go of the old is so much fun. Bringing in the new is all about inspiration and getting excited. So you can do those sorts of affirmations about letting go is great. And yes, and we all have time. That's so... We've all got a lot of time right now because especially in Victoria. If you're in Victoria, you're definitely have a bit more time, and New South Wales, where we are in lockdown, so we have a little bit more time to actually do these sorts of things. So let me show you the 3 cards that I've got for you for the new moon. Our first card is answering the question. As you know, there are 3 questions that you ask when you're pulling your cards for the new moon, the full moon, and the waxing and the waning cycles. So our first card is answering the question of what, for the new moon, is what's rising up in me. So what's rising up in us, for those of you who are watching this video, we have the beautiful full moon in Aries card, which is just reminding us that a fiery climax is approaching. So if you watched last week's video about the coming up to the new moon, it was all about new, like getting ready for the newness, getting ready for the spring, getting ready. Now it's time for some action to happen. So when we're talking about a full moon card, we're talking about getting into that space of something's coming to fruition. Something is coming to a head that needs to be addressed. And a fiery climax approaches. This card usually indicates that there's going to be some high emotions, and to be aware of that and to be mindful of that and to come into that space of, I know that everybody is in this really highly charged state at the moment. Everybody's feeling very emotional. There's lots going on in the world right now, and we need to be very mindful of what's happening in terms of the space, the space that we're creating around ourselves and the people that we're bringing into our space. So be mindful of that. There is going to be some high emotions in the next week. And as you'll notice in that beautiful picture of the full moon, there is a goat, or a sheep. Can't remember whether Aries is a goat or a sheep, but either way, be careful of butting heads with people. This is something that is going to be very easy if you get drawn into the drama. And there is a lot of drama going on right now. So just be mindful that you might butt heads with people in the next week. So just take a breath, step back, step away, move away, take a breath, and just be mindful, because you might be feeling extra emotional this week. Then our second card is answering the question of the main message of this new moon. So they've got the beautiful surrender to the divine. So this gorgeous card, this full moon card, is a little reminder to us all to surrender to the divine. So remember that it's all about letting go of what you think you should be doing or what you think that other people should be doing. Stay in your own lane. Stay in your own space, in your own energy, and stop trying to control other people. This is really important when we are focusing on healing and raising our vibration to a higher level and surrendering to the divine. It's all about connecting with our highest self, our highest good, and getting into that space of knowing that everything is working out for us. Everything is working out for us, and that we are holding the intention that all is well, and we're letting go of the desire to change other people's minds, because that is one thing that you are never going to do. You are never going to be able to change somebody's mind. If they've made up their mind, you're never going to be able to change it. So it's time to surrender and allow yourself to believe what you believe, and let other people believe what they believe, and come to a place of understanding and compassion for each other, because everybody is trying and their best to find a way through this crazy world that we're living in right now. And if you surrender to the divine and go, you know what, everything's going to be cool, everything's going to be fine, we need to come to a place of compassion for each other. And the full moon is all about releasing that need to control other people and coming back to ourselves. So That is a really important card. And then the final outcome of this new moon is the answers that you need are coming. So the full moon in Gemini card is all about communication. It's all about, yes, Mary, it's all about being kind. It's all about speaking your truth and standing in your own power, standing and being aligned and clear about what you feel is right for you, and allowing other people to do the same. Because when we speak our truth, it doesn't mean that somebody else is wrong. It just means that you are speaking your truth and they're speaking their truth. I saw an amazing meme the other day that had two people looking down at the ground at a number on the ground. And the number looked like a 6 to one person, and it looked like a 9 to the other person. And the meme said, your perspective is everything. So let's be mindful that somebody might be looking at that same number and say it's definitely a 9. And you might be looking at the number and go, it's definitely a 6 from my perspective. So we need to be kind, we need to be gracious, we need to be graceful. We need to come to that space of being loving and as calm and centered as we can through this whole journey of life. And if this is teaching us anything, this whole situation with COVID and the pandemic, is that we are, as humans, capable of great love. We're capable of great things, and we are also capable of causing a lot of pain, and not just to other people. We're capable of causing a lot of pain to ourselves that's unnecessary. So come back to yourself, come back to your space, know that you've got this, and if you need support, if you need assistance, please reach out and make contact. Who knows, maybe this conversation that we're having right now is all about you going, oh my God, I actually need some help with this. I need some help to reframe. I need somebody to help me shift my perspective so that I can come to a place of kindness to myself, forgiveness and allowing. And may you have wonderful intentions, wonderful dreams. Set those gorgeous intentions today. Write them down, draw them out, get really get into the juiciness of writing your goals and getting excited. And I look forward to seeing what happens, what unfolds in the next week or so for you, because when you set those intentions in place and you clear the way for them, you can move forward really, really quickly. So, lovely to see you. Thanks for joining me, Mary. That was great. And anyone else who's watching this video, I look forward to talking to you soon. I will see you tomorrow, Thursday, for the Find Your Soul show on our wellness community, and I will be posting the video here on this page. So please feel free to get in touch, and look forward to seeing you soon. Bye for now. See ya.